was giving my research report some much-needed consideration.
But you were just standing over there, staring into space!
Not at all. I was just thinking of a name for a new subspecies of sweet flower I propagated. It has seeds that are 4 times as large as normal. Oh, are you interested? Wonderful! Next time, please allow me to show you the fruits of my work. It's a shame. If I wasn't coming to this mountain, I would have brought some samples with me.
Yeah, weren't you doing research in the city? How come you're here?
Timaeus and I were helping Albedo organize research data. Timaeus just left, in fact. You didn't run into him?
Sure didn't.
He said that he wasn't as sharp as Albedo when it came to data. By quite a long shot, in fact. The significance of some things Albedo is able to grasp almost immediately, but we, on the other hand, take considerable time. I fear that this must be the difference in our knowledge and experience showing. Timaeus seemed rather depressed about the matter. He said he was going to take a walk, so I'm currently settling the leftover affairs myself. I was originally going to take a look around myself after finishing up here, but unexpectedly, I gleaned some interesting data from these reports. But, well... guess my search for secrets will have to wait.
Secrets? Ooh, what secrets?
Actually, do you two have time right now?
Don't have anything on us but that.
Then, could I ask you for a favor? In truth, I feel like Albedo is concealing something from myself and Timaeus.
But isn't he your teacher? What would a teacher have to hide from his students?
That's true, but I feel like he's always hiding something. It is my personal guess that it is some great secret of alchemy.
Wait, how are you so sure?
Timaeus and I are both passionate researchers of alchemy. If it was anything else, Albedo wouldn't have any reason to hide it from us.
You do have a point.
Could you help me investigate what it is that Albedo's hiding? Please. I'm just too curious.
What do you think?
Yes! Thank you.
All right. Let's take a little trip, shall we? Albedo!
Why are you here? Are you lost?
No, we're not.
A secret?
Hey, what are you doing? Our mission calls for a delicate approach. Sure, but still.
Actually, you've arrived at just the right moment. I have business with you too, in fact. Here, catch.
Huh? What's this?
As you can see, it is a sword. I did not make the sword. However, I did add some alchemical touches to it. Would you like to try it out? My research indicates that this sword has some unique properties. Only you can use it, but I need to gather data from it quite urgently. So, could I bother you to use it in battle?
Wait a second! How can there be a sword that only one person can use?
Very astute of you. This sword has indeed had a curse laid upon it. An ordinary person would be unable to wield it at all. However, you are an exception.
Huh?
Or perhaps I should say that only you are immune to the curse. As such, who could I find to help me if not you? We gain little from saying more. Go find some monsters nearby. After all, some things are best discovered through practice. How about those over there?
Paimon still has a bad feeling about this.
Over here! It's with this brat! Give it back, you thief!
Treasure hoarders? There are treasure hoarders in a place this cold?
Enough talk! Hand it over!
Watch out!
That tingle?
Now that's rich! Treasure hoarders calling us thieves?
They certainly arrived quickly. Goodness, no.
They seem to have been talking about this sword. What's going on?
Why are you looking at me like that? Of course I didn't steal this sword. Not long ago, the Knights caught a band of treasure hoarders outside the city. The goods they were smuggling were also impounded. This sword was one of those items. We believed it to be stolen plunder, but no one came to claim it. Nor could we find out where it came from, so it languished in our stores. I noticed it quite by chance while in our storehouse. To tell you the truth, such an old sword would see little use outside of alchemy.
You claimed it for yourself? Just like that? So, then what happened? You just took it with you?
Indeed. And I initially intended to perform some experiments on it, but I unexpectedly discovered its true origins in the process. This ancient-looking weapon once passed through the hands of a now-deceased blacksmith. It is a legendary, magical sword.
A magical sword?
It is said that the smith vanished not long after creating the weapon, with the weapon subsequently becoming lost to time. Working backwards from its eventual fate as plunder, one can guess that it was then stolen by the treasure hoarders, where it remained in obscurity till recently.
The blacksmith who made this weapon disappeared? That's kinda spooky. No wonder it's cursed.
Exactly. Do you know the story of Durin in this mountain? Durin was the black dragon who menaced Mondstadt, before finally being defeated by the combined efforts of Dvalin and the Animo Archon Barbados. After a fierce battle, the vanquished Durin crashed to ruin here, falling into the thick snow. Snow gathers atop this mountain and never melts, which is a most curious phenomenon. Which leads one to wonder, was Durin's fall here purely by chance, or was it intent?
Could it really have been intent?
Perhaps this place was chosen as a gravesite precisely so that the snow's power could seal the corrosive toxin coming from Durin's body. It seems plausible that Barbados would think of such a method.
Huh. Was Barbados such a capable god?
Well, these are just my postulations. I don't have any evidence. But what's for certain is that this mountain and Durin are deeply intertwined. In fact, I believe that the very sword in your hand has Durin's remains in it.
A dragon's remains?
Indeed. The dragon's eyes, claws, and scales ground into dust before being used to coat the blade. In this way, Durin's corruption and venom entered into the sword and became the source of its power. This is very advanced craftsmanship. I presume that having successfully forged the weapon, the smith must have tried it out themselves in their joy. But using the sword in battle would have allowed the corruption to seep through the blade's handle and into their bodies. Ordinary mortals cannot withstand such power. The blacksmith must then have fled, driven mad by the curse, before meeting their end in some unknown place. You've purified Dvalin's tears before, which is a very rare ability indeed. This ability has protected you from being corrupted or poisoned, and you can completely eliminate their effects, which is why you and only you can properly wield this sword.
Still, this sword really is huge. Yikes! It's glowing!
As far as I'm concerned, this is where the real experiment begins. This sword is still very weak at present. However, it is able to absorb energy, and through that, it is able to constantly become stronger. In some sense, you could even say that it is a living thing. Well then, traveler, adventure with it to your heart's content. I need you to help it grow. I believe that we will soon have all the proof that we need.
Albedo!
You're back.
We've been working hard on the sword, you know. Check it out!
Indeed. It is as I thought. This sword grows stronger as you use it in battle.
I thought that only applied to people.
And that's precisely what makes it special. Ah, yes. I should mention a more important matter first. I've investigated the area nearby, and I've discovered some unusual signs.
It's not more thieves, is it? That's true.
I believe that these strange traces require investigation. Whether it be thieves or something else, we shall investigate, and we shall find out.
Lots of human activity here, that's for sure. Looks like more than one person, too. So they have a camp here. Huh. Here to steal, just as usual.
And would be rather convenient to rob adventurers who come up here, yes.
It's survival of the fittest here on this mountain, huh? All that stealing, though, and still every last one of them still poor as dirt. Anyone who calls us thieves gets no pity from Paimon.
Who's that? Who are these sniveling sneaks snooping around our camp?
Ah! We're busted! those treasure hoarders look just as confused as we do, too!
It's time!
The Fatui. And they chose to attack us within the treasure hoarders' camp. Did they follow us here?
But why would they do that? Did you go rile them up while we weren't looking?
Did you?
Maybe it's something we all did then.
I think the Fatui are looking for this sword.
Weren't you keeping the sword super secret? How did they know it existed?
Perhaps they caught sight of you using it on the mountain. If their eyes are any good, they'll definitely have seen how this sword stands out from the rest.
They really want everything, don't they?
Not quite, no. The Fatui are collecting things related to the Archons. This, I believe, is known to you.
Now that you mention it, we did hear Master Diluc say that.
Durin is the sworn enemy of the Animo Archon, and had power comparable to his. To say that it could rival the Archons, or was related to them, neither is an overstatement.
So that's how it is.
I made a new discovery while sketching nearby. There's an area up ahead that's quite remarkable. Its ley lines flow differently from any other. Nearby monsters have been attracted to it and have fallen under its influence. As a result, their constitutions have come to far surpass others of the same kind.
That seems convenient. Well, we're here to help this sword grow, aren't we? Might as well go try it out on those monsters.
Precisely my intention. Oh, and do remember to observe how various enemies affect the sword differently while you're at it, please.
So how did it feel?
I have a hypothesis concerning this. Each time this sword absorbs power from the bodies of fallen enemies, it will resonate with Durin's remains, hidden somewhere on this mountain.
Holy moly, that sounds amazing!
If my theory proves correct, this could mean that all the monsters here may be resonating with Durin's body. I fear this may have to do with the origin of these monsters' powers. Durin is no ordinary beast. Even though it is long dead, the entire mountain is still held in thrall by its corpse. The dragon's mysterious power may itself be a form of curse. We still don't have enough information. If we wish to understand more data is required. And this is where you come in.
Guess story times become work time.
I have some research work that needs settling, so we will have to work separately for now. Let's meet up again near the broken bridge.
Albedo, we're back! Oh, hey, does he have a guest over?
Yes, perhaps it is too soon to ask our greenhorns to come adventuring here. But adventure is nothing if it is not about pushing our limits. What is a journey without struggle, without excitement? This place may be infested with wicked hilichurl bandits and knee-deep snow, but an adventurer must never stop pressing forward.
Cyrus, to the point, please.
Come. The beauty of a chat lies in the journey, not the destination. Just like an adventure. Even if you are robbed blind and must give up on your encampment, you can start a fire and cook a meal in the frigid snow. This journey up the mountain will be an unforgettable one for all our newcomers.
Yes.
They may resent me, or even hate me. But in the future, they will think back upon this moment with hearts full of gratitude. For this was the day that the spirit of adventure was passed on to them.
Oh, yes, go on.
Oh, brother, Albedo's at it again. He's always so cold when the topic doesn't catch his fancy. He sure is interested in you, though.
Still, should we say that our newcomers are too green, or that the mountain is too mighty? We have taken great losses this time.
What? What do you mean, great losses?
Oh, you must be.
Long time no see.
Ah, yes, the young adventurer and his companion. It is my pleasure to see you here. I trust these frigid ascents have not given you too much trouble?
Ha! We can take anything it has to throw at us.
Good. I love your confidence. But you must be here on some important duty, braving the wind and snow like this.
I came here to gather the latest data on hilichurls, and asked him to serve as my assistant.
Ah, I see. A gathering of people chasing their dreams and ideals, is it? Then I wish you all the best. Farewell for now. I must go see to our new recruits.
Looks like we've made a discovery. Well, it is a magical sword after all. It's understandable that he doesn't want other people to know about it.
I am listening, you know. There is no should or shouldn't here. I can answer your questions, but not right now. Right now, I have more pressing matters on hand.
Pressing matters? Let Paimon guess. We've got a part to play in it too, huh?
You're getting smarter, Paimon.
Hey! Paimon will have you know that she's always been smart!
I have discovered some new habitats nearby with different monster types. I believe they will provide us with similarly varied data. Perseverance is key to research, and persistence is the basis of the alchemist's art. So, are you ready? Then let us go. It seems that no one is here.
Do monsters go out to run errands too?
Well then, would you like to take a look around before they return? Or shall we rest a while here? Just what I was thinking.
So we're having a chat now? Paimon wants in!
I know you must have questions, whether it be about me or about this entire situation. As I said before, I will answer them, but I will not deceive you. There are some things I cannot go into detail on. On these matters, you'll have to permit me to summarize a bit.
Huh. Guess Albedo can be pretty straightforward when he wants to be. Uh-huh. What?
Do you really think that's possible?
What is it doing here? Ah! It's turning off, and there's something in his hand! Did you see that? That Elytro ran off while holding onto something that looks like a book!
That's... not good. That was my sketchbook.
Paimon thinks it's just your run-of-the-mill thief, really.
To think that it dared to steal my sketchbook. Quite bold, this one.
Looks like Albedo's got a frosty temper. We gotta hurry up before it gets too far away. Looks like it's a dead end. You know, except for this huge cavern entrance.
Judging from the tracks, that seems to be the case.
Then what are we waiting for? We can't let it escape.
Wait. This mountain is incredibly large. Even if there was a path within its bowels, such a road would not be easy to walk. Can you feel it? The wind carries the scent of ice and stone with it, and the sound of echoes. The space within must be massive.
Really?
As such, rash moves are of no benefit to us.
But we've come all this way. We can't just let it leave.
It is, but that doesn't mean that we should act recklessly. There is another way. It just requires some extra work. If my guess is correct, this cavern's exit is on the other side of the mountain. You are quite the expert glider, and I am a fair hand myself. So, prepare yourself, and we'll glide across in one go.
Albedo, how's the sketchbook situation?
It's alright. A few pages were destroyed, but most of it is intact. The temperature in the snowy mountain is sub-zero. It can reach extremely low temperatures, especially near that cavern. What makes matters worse is that the hilly trolls have drooled all over the pages. To leave wet paper in such low temperatures, it's too dreadful to imagine.
Frozen paper is so brittle. It doesn't take much for it to fall apart, huh? No wonder you're an alchemist. Such an ingenious mind. If the sketchbook had been severely damaged, you'd be furious, wouldn't you?
What leads you to believe that?
You told us there's a lot of drawings and notes inside.
I must admit, I bring the sketchbook everywhere I go. However, I wouldn't fly into a rage over such a thing. Had I not been able to salvage it, I would just draw everything again.
Huh. How pragmatic of you.
Is that so?
That's right. Yep. Absolutely. All well said. You took the words out of Paimon's mouth.
You're right. Redrawing everything would be a tedious endeavor.
Especially since you're so talented, right? You've mastered so many skills and gathered so much knowledge that other people can only dream of. But such talented people sometimes forget about that. It's one of the downsides of being smart, isn't it?
Without a doubt. Paimon is an interesting creature.
Aw, don't put Paimon on the spot when it comes to wisdom.
Changing the subject, Cyrus told me that the hilly trolls from this mountain attack and rob adventurers. The place we visited should be one of their camps.
Yeah, the hilichurls here are way stronger than the ones at the bottom of the mountain.
I can't disagree. I assume this must be related to the dragon. The corruptive power emanating from Durin's remains is making the monsters stronger, which, in tandem with the frigid climate, depopulated some mountain areas. Can you take out the sword, Traveler? Each time you fought in the mountains, this sword was absorbing power and storing it within itself. Moreover, thanks to your purification, the corruptive power of the dragon's blood seems to be all gone now. It's a very interesting phenomenon.
It's not the first time we've done something like that. We're experts.
I always wondered what purification was capable of. I knew you were capable of doing it, but seeing it with my own eyes is a unique experience. Indeed, I can't say it's the safest of weapons.
Lucky that it wasn't snatched away by those hilichurls. Otherwise, we'd be done for. Hilichurls are a threat too. What if that power could turn them into ultra hilichurls? Ultra demon hilichurls! Snowman, now you've ruined the game. Anyway, about the sword. If it's so powerful, can't it absorb your energy as well, Albedo?
Would you like to try it out?
Yikes! Such a cold gaze!
It's fine. After all, I still hope you'll continue to use this sword.
You still trust us? Even though this sword is so dangerous? Well, that was unexpected. Albedo, you say one thing but do another. Paimon can never tell what's really on your mind.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But if you want to know why I trust you, it might be because the unusual ones like us share a certain degree of understanding. Lonely individuals. Those who aren't like ordinary people. Just like, you and me.
Albedo, we're back! Huh? It seems that he's not here. Is he out investigating something? Or maybe he went to make some mysterious drawings.
Ah, it's you.
Oh, if it isn't Sucrose! What are you doing here?
I'm in the final stage of my research. I have 5 hours and 26 minutes of leisure time today. So, I came here looking for you to inquire about previously discussed matters.
You tell time very accurately. Are you a human clock?
No, it's nothing worth your praise. You're too kind.
That wasn't a compliment.
Can I ask you a question, Traveler? I made a request regarding investigating Mr. Albedo's secret. Have you made any progress?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been over a week since we talked about it.
What? Over a week? I clearly... I've been so absorbed in my research, that matter of ours had completely slipped my mind.
How can your sense of time be so strong and so weak at the same time?
So, do you know what it is? That's great. Could you tell me?
Telling her shouldn't really matter. She can take a look too. Just no touching.
Wait. What are you talking about? What's this?
It's a super powerful sword. Don't touch it with your bare hands.
This is... This is... I've never seen...
Look all you want. Not sure why, but even Paimon feels a strange sense of achievement.
Astounding! It's the first time I've heard of such a mysterious weapon. I can faintly feel the power coursing through the sword. It's like a living creature.
Is it such a distinct feeling?
This may be due to my alchemist training. I don't dare to say anything for sure, but the flow of power is very noticeable. Although this description isn't the most precise. Normally I wouldn't define things like that. Please believe me, I don't usually use such ambiguous terms.
Okay, we got it.
Traveler, could you use this sword in battle? I'd like to learn more about it, but I'm unable to use it myself. I can only ask for your assistance.
Let's look around for the right spot. You can't keep up with me.
Remarkable. This weapon is like no other. You're also extraordinary. No matter if it's your fighting stance or the momentum of your swing, it's perfect. This sword is special. I didn't want to go too deep into the research, and yet I couldn't take my eyes off of it.
Well, Paimon thinks that's one of your own special qualities, not the sword's.
Clearly this is a mysterious yet dangerous and enticing sword. Mr. Albedo must have great confidence in you to have entrusted you with such an important item.
Well, you've earned his trust with your abilities.
I agree with Paimon. However, the sword hadn't absorbed much energy before it was handed to you. How did Mr. Albedo recognize its uniqueness among a pile of other items in storage?
A flash of brilliance often doesn't make sense. For example, Paimon's appetite for sticky honey roast.
Which reminds me, I didn't eat much today. I went looking for you right after completing my experiment. Then, on the way, I ran into an adventurer trapped in the snow. I spent quite some time saving him. No, it's not like that.
Don't be so shy. Just say what's on your mind. Let Paimon help you out. Paimon's hungry. We should grab something to eat.
I'm hungry. I could really go for a... I'm just a little embarrassed.
Nothing to be ashamed of. Admitting that you're hungry makes the food taste better.
Huh? Is that so?
Of course! Let's get moving. There must be some food back at the camp. It'd be lovely to have some sticky honey roast to keep us warm in this icy weather.
Mr. Pallid, you still haven't gone back?
Isn't that the hot-headed adventurer from Mondstadt? Did he come here with Cyrus to explore the snowy mountain too?
I'm freezing.
Have you been here since I rescued you from the snow pit?
I wanted to leave, but I got lost. I'm sorry. It's so cold that I can't move.
Mr. Pallid, a trip to this mountain requires solid preparation. You shouldn't have treated it so lightly. I'd appreciate the assistance. I'm afraid that, in his current state, he won't be able to walk on his own.
Even if we can't, we won't just leave him here, right?
You're right. My apologies, Traveler. I'm sure he feels bad about the situation.
He's the least of your concerns right now. You should be worried about yourself.
The Fatui strike again!
You must have already figured out why we're here. We won't let you go unless you give us that sword.
No! Please don't give them the sword!
That's the spirit! Let's knock him down!
Mr. Pallid, I'll take you to a safe place, quickly!
So naive. We won't let any witness escape. This sword will make a fine gift for Her Excellency, Harbinger Senora! I stop it!
I heard the ruckus and came over to check. So it was you who made all this noise. What happened? Did you get into a fight?
Mr. Albedo, I didn't mean to.
Aren't you supposed to be organizing documents? Why did you come here all of a sudden? And you got into a fight with such a dangerous opponent in this terrain.
Well, now even Paimon feels guilty.
I'm sorry. I was just passing by.
Huh. I reckon you've been led astray by yet another thing that attracted your attention. You told her everything?
We just told her about the sword's properties and origin. We didn't let her touch it. We know better than that.
Never mind. We couldn't have kept her in the dark for too long anyway. Sucrose is naturally drawn to obscure knowledge and mystery. She is great alchemist material indeed.
trouble anymore. I swear on the quadruple-sized sweet flower seed I just propagated.
It's not trouble that worries me. I'm only concerned with your safety. You must be more careful next time. Anyway, what's going on with that adventurer crouching over there?
I took it upon myself to protect Mr. Pallet during the battle. He should be alright.
I'm freezing.
He must have caught a cold during the fight.
I didn't consider that possibility. It's my oversight, my apologies. Mr. Albedo, I'll check on him.
Sure.
Sucrose may seem a bit rigid, but she's a good kid with a heart of gold. Can't disagree.
That girl. Let her out of your sight, and she winds up in the strangest places. True. Don't worry, I'm not angry.
Huh. There seems to be a shiny thingy on the sword.
Another change. The sword's power is much stronger than before. How did that happen?
There were some ferocious characters among those Fatui soldiers. We've never seen them before.
So it's the energy it's never encountered before. It caused the sword to greatly grow in strength.
So cold.
Hold on just a little longer.
Fire? Fire! Warmth! Wait! Watch out!
Regisfine was brought back to life.
What is it? Into position. Prepare for battle.